Okay, and so after thinking about it, we are going to do Sellia Town. So we have started out in this episode fast travelling back to the southern Aeonia swamp bank. Hopefully you guys are following the playlist so you know exactly where we are, but as you can see, if you haven't, all you really need to do is just follow this road all the way around until you reach the grace that we're at now. The reason for this is because I think I want to show everything, and so because of that we should start the Millicent questline rather than trying to keep it kind of in its own dedicated video, being as I've already done that on the channel. This will likely be 2 videos-ish worth of content, because it could take a bit of a while. It's a fair amount for us to do, and we might as well clear the swamp and the Sellia Crystal Tunnel whilst we're up here as well. So with all that being said, we're just going to come out this way. If we just stick to the right, we should be able to avoid the guard dog there. These are a pain in the ass. I don't really like fighting these very much. And I don't think there's ever a time where we're forced to, so we can happily avoid most of them. We'll speak to this guy. He's going to give you a clue as to how you're supposed to solve the puzzle in the town that we're going to. But we are not going to need to pay too much attention to that, because obviously I already know what we're going to be doing. Next up then, whoa, don't drop off this bit. Come on around. So we can head into Sellia Town. It's up to you kind of which direction you want to go in. When you're entering here, as you can see, this wall isn't exactly complete. As far as I'm aware, there's nothing on top of it. Just noticed it lets us up here, but yeah, there's really nothing too crazy. There are going to be some pretty nice spells for us here. And for those of you that are not directly following the build that I'll be using, we'll be getting Lusat Staff here as well. It does require 10 strength to use though, so my character is going to be unable to use it unless we two-hand it, which I don't really intend on doing. Maybe we can use it in an offhand and just take the bonus on the Regalia Staff, but that'll be expensive but pretty good damage, so maybe we'll try that against a boss or something. Why are they there? I've never seen those kind of just hanging out there like that. In any case, we're just going to head on along this left side. Enough dilly-dallying. Because we have the grace here. Which is going to be a much nicer little base of operations for us. Before we head on in, you might as well come along this side here. We have the rotten stray ashes. We'll re-rest so that the dog doesn't start trying to mess us up as we go around the Sellia Town. Kind of 2 stages to this then. There's the rooftop stage and the ground stage. We're going to try and do the rooftop stage first just because it makes things a little easier. Probably should deal with a few of these now that I think about it. Whoa. Otherwise, they'll end up causing issues for us as we're trying to get across the rooftops. Excuse me. Ouch. We're not taking as much damage from these as I thought we might. Oh, he says. Okay, so I've learnt my lesson about trying to rush through this area. Let's just clear our way along. If we can get it for a backstab against these, we'll do pretty good damage actually, but apparently they don't want to show me their rears. It's unfortunate, but what you can do? There's quite a lot we could take a look at trying to get done whilst we're here. The golden Scarab isn't too far away, but I feel like I really need the talismans that we have on right now, so I'm probably not going to use it like I would normally. The Golden Scarab is a talisman that gives you 20% more runes, but I really cannot spare my my cast speed or my equip load right now. So, ouch! Excuse me. You really are quite aggressive. There we go. That's better. So you can see we've got all these sealed doors here. That's why we want to kind of get onto the upper area first, because that's how we unlock them. Grab my runes. Follow you. See if we can get in for a backstab. We'll be laughing. Thought we were going to be in for that one then. Nah, it's just not going to let me. Excuse me, get out of the way. Fine. Oops. You can play like this if you wish. It's fine. This area was much easier with the greatsword, I have to say. Just no range, is there, to take advantage of? We've got things like the longbow. They're just not gonna give me the range I need to take you on. Right, means we're clearly taking a lot of damage here. Let's switch to this. Something that obviously could be a good idea to switch over is to have one of the magic Drake talismans or something to give yourself some extra defense, but ain't bothered with that. Up here we're going to get ourselves a new golden seed. Grab that. Now we have several things that we need to get to. So firstly we're going to go over for this one. And make sure we jump up here. This one really is kind of janky. It doesn't look like you should be able to make that, but that's how we get up there. And then we light the sconce. I guess it's a sconce. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Down we go. And then we're going to want to come on out this way. Grab this. I think this is a staff. Yeah, Staff of Loss. I can't remember exactly what this is. I feel like that's like one that has less scaling, but extends the length of certain types of spells. When I say length, I mean like the duration. It's not what we're going to be using anyway. And then we want to come over here like this. And then you want to be right in the middle of the roof here so that you can make this jump. Here's where I'm going to clearly screw it up. Come on. It can be difficult to control the horse properly. Here we are. Which is going to allow us to make our way over this way. This. I'm going to come over here for what I think is the blue Scarab helmet. Cerulean tier Scarab. There we go. I believe Cerulean is a blue. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Need to get onto the right position in front of the rooftop. There we are. Oh, really? You betrayed me. Why couldn't you get off to the side? There we go. So we can come up for this one. And now we're going to turn into the mage sniper so we can get some of the enemies dealt with from up here. Because we can see you for a start. That's probably a bit far away over there, but we can see you. This one likes to throw how do you describe it? Like the glintstone breakable grenade things. It's a bit dirty. Oh, it's this one. Probably need to be careful because we're going to start seeing enemies down on the ground soon. It's definitely some there, I was going to say. Just because we can't see them doesn't mean they can't see us, right? So we've got to be careful. We're going to start getting blasted by stuff from all over the place. I do usually clear out the bottom bit. Right, so now we want to take care of you. We should be able to get it from here. Nope, it's not going to let me. Clear a shot from here, maybe? Right, so we have to actually face you, do we? I mean, it does make sense. There we go. The reason you want to get that one from range is because it's one of the ones that likes to disappear real quick. And resetting to this point is a pain in the ass. Come across this way. Oh, I missed it. No. No. Damn it. That's going to be a pain. Don't think there's a quicker way around either. There isn't. Right, let's just run up the back end here. Stop that. So many of them down here. Okay, let's go back around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nearly missed that. Guess I'll go around this way now that it's all clear. There we go. That's better. This time I'm not going to miss the jump. We can go for the next sconce. This will have all of the doors open, including access to the area's boss. Which means we have 2 bosses to deal with here. Because we have Commander Njal as well as that boss, which is cool. Then we're going to come out here. This is going to be a normal stone sword key. Make the differentiation because the imbued sword key is on the upper area. When I say upper, I mean like kind of uphill. I guess you'd call that eastern. Eastern area. Now then, so we want to loot these lower areas now. So we've got to be careful coming around here because there are a lot of enemies. And realistically, I don't really want to get tangled with them. Nope, that just didn't work, did it? Man, I can't move. Get off. Oh, I'm going to get hit by those little arrows now. No, no, no. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm still alive. That's hilarious. I'm telling you now, melee builds have it so much easier around here because you can actually fight them. This character cannot fight them at all. Oh my god, where did you come from? Cheeky. There we go. Just no good in melee though, are they? Huh? Huh? You try for melee, but you're just no good at it. Hey, the only reason you're good in melee is because we can't see you coming. And as soon as we see you, you do that look. And I'm sure that's kind of programmed in. As soon as they, like, come into sight, they immediately attack, so just bear that in mind. Come here. Get off. That's going to be one of the nobleman dudes, right? Yeah, come here. Yay, we get some flasks back. Well, that's a good amount of them done, at least. Oh, you know what? Let's make this easy on myself. Come on then, let's have a little out and about. Now you're all screwed. Oh, I've got dogs here. You had to help it, didn't you? I really can't let this hit me because it'll just ruin me. Look how much health it's got. It's just one dog. Brutal. You got one job, and that's to take aggro. There we go. Right. So you done. Apparently Little struggles against these little enemies, eh? Be careful here. There's one around the corner. Oh no, it seems to have come out. Oh man, Child Star Sparrow. Can you please not? There we go. Now Little's doing its job. Oh, good job there. You can't hide from Little. It just knows. So this should be the imbued key. There we go. I think it's just a dog around here. It's trying to lure you into a trap. Oh no, maybe not a dog. So yeah, no real cause to come down this way. I just kind of wanted to show it anyway. Now we can head through this way, like so. There's probably a lot we can't stand to take on if we're good at evasion now, but excuse me, it's just mega annoying. Down you go. Yes, now we've got the middle street. Down this way. Lutal's taking like no damage. Yeah, for this. Can't remember what this one is now. That's the Night Comet. Here we go. We may even switch to that. Because, or at least for some enemies anyway, because that's one that the... so enemies that can hit read you have less of a chance of hit reading that spell, so that's kind of useful for us, especially for the boss that we've got here. So we may even try that out. Damn it! Oh man! Excuse me. Why do you have to have so much poise or hyper armor on that moveset? Whoa. Luckily, they just can't fool that guy. So yeah, I should have picked up the painting. The solution for that, I can't remember what we'll get from it. I don't think it's anything amazing. The solution for it is, you can't even see it on the map very well. There's like a bit that you have to drop off over this way. So we'll probably do that in a while. The area where that is, in my opinion, much later in the game. In fact, I tend to do Caelid later than this anyway, but we're doing this because I think it makes sense. Just in terms of quest progression, more than anything else. So the last piece of loot that we need is going to be down here. Which is... I can't remember what's in here. I think this is a talisman. I think it's the magic Haligdrake talisman +1. Let's see if I'm right. Test my memory. Spelldrake talisman. I got the name wrong, but I got the talisman right, which is good. Cool. So all that's left in Sellia Town itself then is the boss. So we'll do that now. And then in the next episode we'll do the swamp area with Niall and probably meet Millicent. How are we looking for runage? Oh man. I'd like to use those before going to a boss fight, but that's not a problem. So let's go with, instead of this, we're going to use, where is it? Nope, where is it? We can't use it yet, I need 38 intelligence. And I only have 32. It's a while away yet. Okay, well, we're going to be relying on Lutal then. So for the boss, we just want to kind of run up the stairs. This time we're not going to wait for anything, because otherwise we're just going to get hit by ranged spells, and that is not what we're about. And is it up here? It should be up here. No, this is the way forward, isn't it? This takes us through to another grace. Which now that we're here, we might as well tag it. We'll do this. It's going to be useful for us later anyway. And then what we want to do is coming over this way. Now these enemies are not particularly tough, but because I've made this character so fragile, we could have some trouble in here, so we're going to have to be careful. So let's pop the physic now. To bring Lutal straight out, because I'm going to need that distraction. Especially as it's a 2-on-1 situation. And as you can see, these guys have got hit read on, so these are a real pain. What's going to be a good spell for you? There we go. As you can see, because this has like a delay before it casts, and we are casting fairly quickly, it messes with their hit delay. But if we were able to use the Night Comet in there, they wouldn't have been able to avoid it. Luckily that went quite nicely. So here is arguably the strongest staff in the game. And even if you don't consider it the strongest staff on its own, it can make the strongest staff even better. So let me just show this to you guys. It enhances the power of all sorceries but consumes additional FP. Bear in mind that you can dual wield staffs, so in theory, if you wanted to be like a mega caster, you could do something like this, and then cast with the left one and still gain the additional damage out of it, and the extra FP consumption. I wonder what the FP consumption difference is. Let's take a look. So a Rocksling with Lusats on is going to cost, what's that, 27. And then without Lusats, one, 3, 4 left, so that's 20, no, 18. So that's like 9 extra. We didn't test the damage difference, but still. You can see how that makes you much more of a burst damage mage. But think about the idea of burst, right? You're going to be over and done with rather quickly. Can be good for bosses. Like if you don't intend to be fighting for a long time, they're pretty good. And there is a setup you can use to really nail down some damage. I don't know if we're going to use that very often though, because it really does just take the challenge out of some of the boss fights. And it isn't necessarily as good against multi-phase bosses. Either way, that's Sellia Town dealt with. In the next one then we're going to continue Sage Gary's quest. Has he not told us about Njal yet? Interesting. Maybe we need to speak to Millicent first. So we've got a few things we need to do. In theory, we should have Millicent invade us around here somewhere. We have a commander to take on here, and Millicent will be up this way. So we'll jog my memory on which order we need to do stuff. But that is the end of the episode. I'll catch you guys again soon.